Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday, everyone. Um, for anybody that watched the Super Bowl yesterday, um, I actually have no team per se. I know the game because it was a big staple in my house growing up. So I'm very aware of how the game goes. Some of my family members are diehard uh, Chiefs fans and have been for quite some time. Me personally, I like I said, I don't have a favorite team, but I really did want the Eagles to win because I remember watching the Super Bowl 2 years ago when they played against each other, and it was such a good game. And I remember how good Jalen Hurts was then, and he gave Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs a run. But in the end, Patrick Mahomes, came back and did what he does. But this time they fell short, and I truly believe I say, yo, he get another opportunity. He gonna be good. He gonna win it because I believe he was a rookie. Um, 2 years ago. So you know how they always say in those big games, experience usually takes over. But he worked hard and he came back and they won it. He put on a show. It was great. And Kendrick's performance, that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, so it is Monday morning and everybody's talking about the Super Bowl and the game itself and Kendrick's performance. But I just wanted to do a quick video, just kind of getting some things off my heart. Um, some of you know that, excuse me, I've been on a healing journey and working on myself, and I've been prosperous in, in some areas while falling short in others. But nonetheless, I'm still working towards, healing mind, body, and spirit. Unfortunately, the body part is is the area where I am still struggling. You get caught up with life and doing so much for others, that you're not caring for yourself as much as you should or as much as you think you are. And so last week, Monday, I went to the doctor and I didn't get great news, which I kind of knew that I wouldn't because I had not been feeling well for a few months, experiencing headaches, dizziness, blurred vision. Um, it was affecting my ability to drive, um, fatigue, and I had been pre-diabetic for quite some time, and I was doing very, very well. But then um, distractions seeped in, and again, I just wasn't caring for myself like I know that I should. And so these symptoms, just started to increase, and then I started to have other things going on where I would have these cramps in my feet, in my shins, and it was very, very hard when that would happen. The pain would be so horrible. And so I was like, listen, I need to go to the doctor because I was thinking, I was like, it's either diabetes, full blown diabetes, or it's probably MS, right? So I went to the doctor, you know, got my A1C checked and vitamin levels checked and all that good stuff, thyroid checked, all that good stuff. So my A1C increased rapidly. It was like maybe six in the summertime, right? And then it increased a little bit. I believe it increased to like 7 by September, around September. So from September to now, it has gone up to 10. And that is high. And so now, unfortunately, I have full-blown diabetes, and I'm not excited, of course not. Initially, I was very disappointed in myself because I know better. Diabetes runs very rapid in my family. Both my parents had it. My dad had it before he passed. My mother has it. My grandparents had it. Other family members, aunts and cousins have it or had it, for those that have passed on. And I just was like, oh, it's not going to be me. But I really didn't do what I was supposed to do to prevent it, right? Being extremely overweight, eating a lot of fast food. And when I say fast food, just, not like the, McDonald's type of place, but just eating out, not cooking at home, getting caught up with that. When you do so much different things, caring for a parent, taking care of your children on your own, working, building businesses, you tend to just think, okay, I don't feel like cooking, I'm tired. Let me order something. Let me DoorDash something. And that got out of control. And then on top of that, it taps into your money. That's a whole nother conversation. But I think, or I know, I'm doing this video because I need help. And by me doing this and posting it, it's to be held accountable for what I do and how I operate. Because I'm one that always likes to encourage people to make good choices for themselves, right? And so now, by me encouraging others, I'm encouraging myself, but I also need the accountability. And it's been hard. I'm not gonna lie, trying to lose weight. I've done it multiple times, losing weight. I gain it back, life situations, not having the discipline and the consistency to navigate through things. But that has changed. I am extending grace to myself like I would to anybody else, to make better choices. Oh my goodness, my phone died. I don't even know why I started the video knowing that my phone was just about on E. But I don't remember where I was, but I'm just going to jump into the accountability part. So this time around, with embarking on this health journey, I've joined accountability groups. I am even doing a trial with Noom. And I mean, so far, it's okay, where you have to log, your weight daily, what you're eating, your exercise, workouts, all that you have to log. And they have, I guess, like a library of resources, recipes, and things like that. So I've also made some strides in cutting back on certain things. For example, I know for sure with me, a massive amount of carbs is definitely a no-no. So I've cut back on breads, rice, and potatoes. And I've just doubled up on my vegetable intake. Vegetables has, eating vegetables has never been an issue for me. I've loved vegetables. My mom instilled that in me from a very young age. So now I just double up on that. I'll have some protein and again double up on the vegetables and drink water. I am a big water drinker. I've always been that way. I like, juice and soda here and there, but it's rare. And then I also, I got this, the diabetic logbook, and I'll just every time I have to check, my sugar, I'll write it down before my meals, even planning my meals, doing that. I I got this diabetic food list letting me know of all the things that I eat, the calorie intake, the carbs, the size of the servings that I should have, because that's a big part too. Portion size of things. I don't know if it's just because growing up, I remember going to daycare and they would always tell us, don't waste your food. There's children in Africa and other places that aren't getting this, or don't have this food to eat, and you can't be wasting it. So that just always has been embedded with me. You can't waste food. You can't waste food, but not realizing that we here have been overfed for so long, and not understanding when to say I'm full, or feel like you, or not even understanding or knowing excuse me, when you are full, but your stomach get a little tight excuse me, your stomach get a little small, and then you got that last little corner on your plate and you just feel like you gotta eat it. That is a mindset that has to be broken and changed. So with getting the right portion of a food. And so a good friend of mine recommended that I get a portion plate. And a portion plate is just basically a plate that has the three sections. It has on one side the wider section for your protein, and then the other two smaller sides are for like your fruits and your vegetables. But in my case, like I said, I double up on my vegetables, so the other two smaller portions of the plate are now all vegetables. And another thing that I had heard years ago that I did for a little while and got away from it was eating fruit in the morning to break your fast. When you wake up, and not necessarily first thing in the morning, but whenever you decide to have your first meal of the day, breaking your initial fast, it should be some type of fruit, or a smoothie, right? So what I've been implementing over the past few months is really, when I get up early in the morning, I'll have my lemon water with ginger sometimes, or with mint sometimes, but I've been doing that every morning. And then also just a regular bottle of water, and not necessarily rushing to eat a meal. So I wait until maybe about noon, and I've over this past week in regards to changing the eating habits, I've implemented the fruit as my first meal of the day. And even, being diabetic, you have to watch the fruit that you take. Everybody's body is different. So certain fruits will cause your sugar to spike, and some don't. So, like yesterday, I had this amazing fruit salad, and it did cause my sugar to go up, and that was because of what I had in it. Bananas are high in sugar, and apples as well. Berries are more on the lower end. So I had some berries in there too, but because I had the banana and the apples, it caused it to spike a little bit, but not too much. But on the flip side of that is it's best to have it spiked by something healthier versus something unhealthy. But the goal is to maintain the sugar levels, and actually my personal goal is to reverse this altogether, get it up out of here. And some other things I got to keep me accountable. I got this food journal, and let's see, just write certain things, the date, your weight, your energy levels, your water intake. You write down what you have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you write down the amounts that you had, the calories, and the carbs, and that's where this diabetic food list comes from. And I would recommend anybody, even if you aren't diabetic, if you are someone that is working on weight loss and a healthier version of yourself, that food list is amazing. It covers everything. So I think that's pretty much what I wanted to say. I didn't want to take too much time, but once you start talking, I'm that type of person. Once I start speaking, I just allow the spirit to lead me, and hopefully, get the message out correctly. So again, this video is really for me to be able to come back to it and remember what I said, holding myself accountable, asking you guys to be my accountability partners so that I can be healthier. I have responsibilities of, again, caring for my mom and my children. And, I don't have anyone to come in and take over for me. It's just me by myself. So I have to do this not only for myself, but, for my family, and breaking these unhealthy traits and not passing them on to my children, for one. So yes, again, I'm working on a lot of things overall, again, working on the mind in therapy. And now this is just a different component that I will also work on or work through in therapy, and making sure that I'm not going to do all the hard work just to end up back where I was again, because I've done that way too many times, and this time it is very serious. Again, A1C being up to 10, over 300 pounds, 42 years old, and it's not good. It's not good, and it's really time to get a grip on my health and to maintain it. So I hope you embark on this journey with me, again, keeping me accountable, and knowing that if you are in the same situation with me, please reach out to me so that we can do this together, because doing it alone is not fun. Doing it alone is hard, and I'm always looking for collaborators on things in life. So thank you for watching and for listening. And I will keep you posted on this journey. Have a great day.